All right, guys, today is the day we pre-ordered the iPhone 15 Pro Max, 512 gigs in the blue titanium, and it's time to unbox it, show you a little bit about it. We'll do some comparison video between the 13 Pro Max, 14 Pro Max, and 15 Pro Max. We have all of them, side-by-side comparisons, go over the features, and show you what it looks like. Here we go. All right, guys, so we have the 15 Pro Max, 512 gigs. The box is pretty nice. You know, it's not what it used to be. It's what the 14 Pro Max was, I believe. Same sort of box. But let's peel off these stickers and open her up. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Look at that color. Let me grab my 13 Pro Max. Here's the 13 Pro Max in the black. And you can see that blue is really, really nice, actually. I like that. That blue titanium, let's see. There's the brushed titanium look, which is really sweet. And you have the action button instead of the mute rocker, like on my very dirty phone. It's like nice and matte. Also, you do have the Type-C versus the Lightning, which is a welcome addition for me, for sure. So let's go ahead and, very nice. Oh yeah, this one has the dynamic island like the 14 Pro Max, which we're recording on currently. Definitely some weight difference between the two phones. The new one does feel lighter. It also looks like the Apple logo is a bit bigger. This is the 13 Pro Max, the 15 Pro Max. Notable differences, the flash looks different. I know one of the cameras is different. And yeah, I mean, it does look really good. Really sleek. Not too much of a visual enhancement. There's the 5G antenna. Well, let's let this power on. And while that's powering on, let's go ahead and look at what else is in the box. They do give you a Type-C to Type-C charger. It is braided. It's actually pretty nice looking. It does look good. And then of course you don't get an actual brick or anything. You get some Apple stickers like normal, but this cable's pretty nice. I like that. I wonder how long it's gonna hold up, you know, but we'll see. All right, so we got the phone. I'm gonna go ahead and set it up real quick. You could change a bunch of the options, obviously. And we're gonna do a quick start. All right, well, this is gonna set up, and once it's done, I will come right back. All right, we're transferring data, which is cool. We're transferring it. So once this is done, we'll be able to play with the phone, see the camera quality differences, compare the iPhone 13 versus the 14 versus the 15, all Pro Max variants, and we'll see. Let's see how long this takes. All right, I got all my data transferred from the 13 Pro Max to the 15 Pro Max. So now, oh, it looks so good. So I don't really notice, you know, a difference in speed right now. Like I said, I think iOS 17 really sped up the 13. So let's try to open some stuff. Let's do settings. Just a little advantage on the 15 Pro Max. Let's do camera. Pretty instantaneous. I mean, it's already, the app's already preloaded. Try to get in camera. Pretty good. I mean, they're both pretty much there. Try it one more time. Camera. Nice. Pretty good. All right, so, you know, the only differences of this phone, really, looks like the Type-C. Obviously, that one's a big one. And then we get the A17 chip or the A17 Pro and the 15 Pro Max. Both of them have the 6.7-inch OLED display, which is really nice, 120 hertz. But this one's rocking the A16 Bionic, A17 Pro. This one does have the 48 megapixel main camera. And I'm sorry, this is the 13 Pro Max, so it doesn't even have the A16 Bionic, but the 14 Pro Max has the A16 Bionic. Both of them, the 14 and the 15, both have the 48 megapixel main. And the ultra wide, this one does have a 12 megapixel telephoto lens with a 5x zoom instead of the 3x zoom. This one does have a 4,852 milliamp hour battery, which is a little bit bigger than the 14 Pro Max, which had the 4,323 milliamp. And you know, this one is also almost an ounce lighter, which I could definitely feel compared to the 13 Pro Max. The 14 Pro Max also is a little bit heavier than the 15 Pro Max, but there's a noticeable weight difference between these two right here. And obviously, needless to say, this one is made out of titanium, which is really nice. But that's about it. The 13 Pro Max versus the 14 Pro Max changes in the dynamic island. The 15 Pro Max also has the dynamic island, which I am now getting from the 13 Pro Max. I finally get the dynamic island. Megan's always had it, but it is pretty nice. I do like it, I will say, especially with like stuff like unlocking the phone. It is, you know, cool. This one also does have the always on display. You can kind of see the dynamic island there, which is pretty nice. But, you know, other than that, that's about it. The 15 Pro Max is a wonderful, great phone. I'm going to be happy with it. This one is the 512 gigabyte version, which is great. But this is it. This is the 15 Pro Max. But let's get out and go ahead and do some camera comparison tests between the 13 Pro Max, the 14 Pro Max, and the 15 Pro Max. And you guys can tell me if you see any differences. All right, guys. So we have side-by-side comparisons right now of the iPhone 15 Pro Max versus the 14 Pro Max. On the left is the 14 Pro Max. On the right is the 15 Pro Max. And we're just out in my backyard here trying to see how the light does. Pretty good. Pretty good. Both phones look pretty much identical to me on the screen. Let's do the 2x camera. And we have a 3x camera for the 15, or for the 14, and a 5x camera for the 15 Pro Max. Oh, Jojo. Megan and the baby at 5x zoom.
Don't look at my outfit.
Back to 2x. 1x. 0.5. Oh, you can't switch to 0.5 in the video recording on the 14 Pro Max.
This right now is like kind of lowish light.
Yeah.
Because the shadow of the house.
Right.
It's like that area is where it's more light. Right now it's kind of we're in the shadow.
Right. Let's get close to the guys. 2x. Lena. 5x. I'll do some up and down. See if you can see any of the video stabilization. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe some jumping. Overall, it looks pretty good. Some quick movement.
Oh, I forgot that they're doing yard sales in our neighborhood. We should drive around.
Yard sales.
Yard sale day.
Yard sale day. Alright, that's it.
Alright, here is the front-facing camera. David requested that I do this because apparently he doesn't look good this morning. So, here's half of my face and the top of the baby's head. I guess my hair might be a good indication of quality, but yeah, I mean, I can't really tell a difference right now, but here they are. Here's the front-facing cameras, and it's also really bright out, so you can go this way in some better lighting, and then I go in the shadow. There we go. Here's a shadow, so more like low light situation. But yeah. Alright.
Alright, so this is the 15 Pro Max versus the 13 Pro Max. 3x zoom, 5x zoom. I think the low light conditions are where the 15 Pro Max is going to shine compared to the 13. Well, is the iPhone 15 Pro Max worth it? If you're coming from the 13 Pro Max, yes. If you're coming from the 14 Pro Max, maybe not. You know, the A17 Pro chip that they put in there, pretty quick. But honestly, with iOS 17, I noticed speed improvements even in the 13 Pro Max. So, you know, it's up to you if you want to get it. But the nice camera, you know.
I didn't upgrade.
Megan didn't upgrade.
Just finally chiming in. I did not upgrade. I still have 14 Pro Max.
She still has the 14 Pro Max. I have the 15 Pro Max now, and you know, I'm excited for it. So it should be good. I shouldn't have to upgrade for another 2 years. Megan will probably get the 16, and we'll just keep trading off, you know, how that goes. So other than that, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and let me know, what do you guys think? Are you going to upgrade to the 15 Pro Max? If you do, look in the link in the description, because there's some cool cases that I found that I'm going to buy for my 15 Pro Max, as well as a screen protector that I'm planning on buying. So thanks for watching. Have a great night. See you next one.